So what happened was I had worked with.
Wait, I love a story that starts with.
What happened was.
So what happened was. That doorbell is Kevin Fredericks, my house guest for today. He is an incredible creator. He self-funded his very own show, Churchy, on BET+. He is easily one of the funniest men alive. Also, a real-life example of what it means to invest in yourself. Okay, so you want to do ice? You want to do, I've got some mixers. How do you want to do it?
Mixers for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You said it's the middle of the day. I'm going to need a mixer.
Let's just, put a little something in there.
I feel like this is going to be mostly lemon water.
That's fine.
But
there's enough alcohol at the bottom.
It's true.
Sounds so refreshing. You got the chimes going.
You know,
the ice.
You're going to hear a rooster here in a second.
There we go. Perfect.
I just want you to know.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Right where you need to be.
Very good.
I'm gonna do a little lime squeeze in mine too.
Do a little lime squeeze.
Just cause.
Lime squeeze.
Just cause.
Amongst friends. What's a little lime squeeze amongst friends?
Now we're doing burgers for lunch.
Yes.
Are you a beef? Are you a turkey? Are you a chicken? Are you a veggie?
So I'm 270, so I do everything. Okay, you got to do all things to get where I'm at. You can't be choosy. You want to get to 270 like me, you got to put them together.
But if you had to choose.
But if you're saying, Kev, it's burger time.
You going.
The sun is shining.
Hello.
In the backyard, the tequila is flowing.
Hello.
Give me a beef burger.
Beef, it shall be.
Give me some beef.
Okay, so I've got some that are pre-seasoned here, but I left 2 unseasoned because I wanted to know how you would season your burger. So we've got some choices here.
Okay.
You got 4 seasonings.
I don't even need 4, but I'm gonna go with a couple.
Wait, you wouldn't need 4?
No. I pretty much put Lawry's on everything.
Season
Either
salt.
Lawry's or Nature Season. If that can't do it, it can't be done.
We called it.
But
okay,
as a black, onion powder is very common amongst the blacks.
It is quintessential.
It's quintessential.
I put it in eggs. Is that bad?
No.
Okay.
Your ancestors be like, baby, put some of that onion powder in
and
there.
put it in there.
It's gonna be fine. I would go onion powder and a little seasoning salt. Or seasoned salt. See, it really does say seasoned salt.
But now I'm gonna be honest with you, it should be seasoning salt.
I'm 41, I went 38 years saying seasoning salt.
Seasoning is the salt for seasoning.
It's already seasoned. Hey! He already did it! I would probably do seasoned salt and, see, I didn't look.
Oh.
I didn't look.
Okay, wait, what caught your attention?
Garlic powder, see? Garlic powder, onion powder is the 1-2 of seasonings. And then you go with whatever else you need.
Okay, so then you got, right now we got garlic powder, we got onion powder, we've got seasoned salt.
I might put a crackle of crushed red pepper because I'm feeling spicy.
What are your thoughts on paprika? Is it a flavor or is it a color? I couldn't tell you what paprika tastes like.
Paprika is an honoring to our ancestors. It is nothing. It ain't nothing but dried red pepper.
Right.
That's all it is. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's big seasoning.
Right.
Trying to get you to use stuff that's unnecessary. Doesn't taste like that. We've all been blindsided. Good week. It's big seasoning. Saying, what if we just get this red bell pepper, dry it, and flake it up?
We're gonna call it something else.
Call it paprika. And we was like, well, you got to have paprika on deviled eggs. You don't have to have it on anything.
Brown said you got to, you get you some of this. Now, that's your business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are you a douser or are you like a, I'm like a all over the burger.
I'm a heavy hand.
Double side, okay.
Yeah, I want to make sure it get all up in the grill.
Yeah, we want everything. We want everything.
Like good tape.
Let's get this grill on. I feel like Barefoot Contessa. I feel like that right now.
Absolutely, you should. You got the outdoor grill hooked up
I feel
and working. People just be having these for decoration.
You know?
Yours is really working.
It really worked.
This is amazing.
I feel like I want to lean over the table and be like, okay, so for lunch, Kev, we're gonna have, I've prepared these all-American grass-fed beef burgers.
Yes, the voice change is perfect.
The thing is, you gotta have the grill hot.
Yes.
If you don't hear that first,
absolutely.
Let's see if we get it.
Yes.
The summer has started.
Music to my ears.
You know?
This is a great way to spend an afternoon.
Thank you for coming out. But also, I wanted to say congratulations to you because I just feel like life for you, especially right now, is firing on all the cylinders. I feel like that for you?
Things are going well. I will agree with you. I am grateful for the hum. I think Shonda Rhimes calls it the hum, when things are like, you've been working on things, they all start to work together.
It's not like you're an overnight sensation.
Oh.
You've been grinding
Let
at
the people
this
tell
thing.
it. Finally, a lot of them irons start to be in the fire at the right time. Because, you know, a lot of times they just be in there and they be cool and the fire's off.
Right.
But
you don't get the sizzle. You don't get the sizzle. The bad boy situation.
Yeah.
Getting the call for that, to host that screening.
Yeah.
What was that like?
So what happened was, I had worked with...
Wait, I love a story that starts with...
What happened was?
So what happened was... Because you know it's about to get good.
I was on set, I believe. I was shooting something on my own, maybe a podcast or something, and I got an email. I remember Melissa, I freaked out and showed her. And they were like, hey, would you be interested in shooting a sketch with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence to promote Bad Boys? And I was like,
what?
Would I be interested in shooting a sketch with Will and Martin to promote Bad Boys? And then like 2 days before the shoot, they were like, hey, would you be interested in introducing Will and Martin at a fan screening?
Like the LA screening before the movie had premiered.
Martin sat 2 rows in front of us.
What?
Watching the movie. Because I turned to my wife, we took our boys, I turned to my wife, I said, man, Martin is really hilarious in this.
Right.
And she was like, he is right there. I said,
Bang,
and he was like basically where you
right
are.
There.
He was like 2 rows down. This is why I have a team.
Right.
Because people I want to work with, I will do things for free.
Yes.
That should be paid for. Because I just like to do stuff.
And also believe in it.
And I believe in it. Right. So I was like, this is, yes. So then I got a chance for my kids to meet them. And we've watched so many Will Smith movies as a family.
Right.
So, you know, I got teens, Scott. They 17 and 15.
I mean.
I can't do anything cool to them anymore. Being the reason they got to meet Will Smith and Martin, I was cool dad for a whole evening. So,
one night.
One night, I was
one
like.
night only. These are organic avocados. Our neighbor actually grows these avocados.
Really?
Yes. That's a lie. But so I don't want you to be afraid of the natural essence that is in this avocado.
That's cool.
This avocado, because we got it from Kroger. Okay, so now I just flipped the burgers.
Yeah, yeah.
If you are a beef eater, you know, you go out to eat in Los Angeles, you go out to eat in a restaurant.
Yeah.
The first question people ask you is, how would you like that cooked?
So I have a theory on this.
Okay.
Anything above medium, the restaurant often wants to punish you.
Yeah.
Like they're like, oh, medium well, medium plus. Might as well burn it. That's not what I'm saying.
And they're like, oh, let me ask Chef if
how
they
you gonna
will.
Ask him how I want my stuff?
Is Chef gonna pay for it?
I'm buying this. Ask me. What are you asking him for?
What
well,
was
the
the
chef
question?
doesn't like to go that far. Well, then it shouldn't be an option. Is the chef gonna pull out his American Express or her American Express, or am I pulling out my American Express?
Talk to him, Ken.
Okay, so don't punish me because I like medium.
Teach your lesson.
Medium well, medium plus.
Take your time.
Because I know it's not blood, it's myoglobin, but I don't like it.
I don't like it. It's not blood,
okay?
It's myoglobin.
I know it's myoglobin, it's a protein. However, to my eyes, it looked just like blood.
Might as well be blood.
Might as well.
I go, well done.
Oh, Scott.
What? No, this is the same. It's the same conversation we just had.
No.
Cook the food. I'll never forget. We were at a restaurant. It was a food truck.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the famous food trucks in Southern California.
Yeah.
Seafood only food truck. And I was like, we get there and I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat anything here. It doesn't really look like. He's like, oh, you like shrimp? I was like, yeah, but do you have any cooked? He was like, oh yeah. And he brings out this like cup of like this juicy, it's all kind of seafood and avocado and onions and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, what's that? He was like, oh, it's ceviche. I was like, oh no, it's not cooked. I'm good. He was like, no, we cook it. It's cooked in lemon juice. And I have a theory. It's not cooked in lemon juice. It's just marinated in lemon juice.
Yeah, that's...
Because in order to cook it, you need a little bit of heat.
You need heat.
You didn't cook that cereal.
No.
You didn't. You made cereal.
Right.
You know what I mean? You didn't cook breakfast if you made cereal.
You're right.
You made a breakfast.
You made a breakfast.
And it included cereal.
Yeah.
Looks pretty tasty.
I ain't gonna hold you, Scott. Is this my burger? I can eat it how I want.
Yeah, you can eat it how you want.
Okay, I don't want any avocado.
He said, this is my burger. Can I eat it how I want?
I just want to make sure.
Could you imagine? I was like, well, let me ask Chef. let me ask Chef.
Why well done? Tell me why.
I don't need to think about what this animal lived in. I don't want to taste where it came from. I want to forget that it was actually even alive. And I know that's like part of the issue with like vegans with meat eaters.
Yes,
I am the reason. I am him. I am the problem, it's me.
But you don't feel like they burn it sometimes?
Of course they do. Of course they do. Do you know what you do when they burn it?
What?
Hey, that's burnt. Can I get another one? But I want it well done, but like not burnt. Because you thought the chef was pissed off the first time. When he see that steak come back, man. And it's funny because I'll be like, can't even taste the spit. Because you know they do. You know that steak comes back and they're like, oh, he wants it not as well done.
My God.
They kicking it now. You're kicking it across the hockey puck. Now, which cheese did you say you wanted?
What do we have? Pepper jack?
I got pepper jack and I've got cheddar.
Let's go cheddar.
You're gonna go cheddar?
Let's go cheddar.
Okay.
Pepper jack is a little bit okay. Y'all went to Gelson's. Y'all went to Erwhon.
Okay, so Gelson's is like a fancy. Erwhon is like the fanciest.
Can I be honest with something about Erwhon? Can I say something and there won't be no judgment?
I mean, it's a safe place. Say what you need to. Get it off your chest. I can tell you've been holding on to this for a while.
I have. I don't know much about her outside of this. But Hailey Bieber got a smoothie at Erwhon that is out of this world.
When I tell you, I had to set the stuff down. When I tell you it was the best $27 I have ever spent on one beverage, that I spent $32.25 on a medium. On a medium, Kev.
This thing is a half a tank of gas.
Bruh.
But you did your thing, Sister Bieber.
I'm gonna tell you, I walked out of that Erwhon, I was like, is my skin actually glowing?
It is so good, though.
Is this the dew they talk about?
It was so expensive. I was like, at this price, I have to try it. Because they put that on there and said, that's the price.
Somebody gonna do it.
And I clicked it, and when I tell you, I said, Hailey, girl, I don't know much about you, but I know enough.
You know, I know you a winner.
I know you know your way about that blender.
Do you think they pitch a drink and they're like, Hailey, okay, so we've got 73 ingredients. She's like, I want 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you, because it was every color in the rainbow, too. It was beautiful.
I feel like she already had it. That thing's so good, it had to come from her mind only.
You think so?
I think it went the other way. I said, hey, man, let me come down to the Erwhon and tell y'all what I got.
And see what y'all doing.
Your audience is gonna love it, because you can't just put that in Jamba Juice.
Let me tell you
It's
something.
too expensive for Jamba.
Let me tell you something. Because I'll be mad at a Jamba Juice if it's $7.85. Meanwhile, $42.99 in Erwhon. Feeling bad about it, too.
I can't tell my friends back home how much I pay for smoothies out here. They're not going.
You can't relate.
You can't. They'd be like, you paid what for what? And I said, man, listen.
You got to remember gas.
You got to remember gas.
You got to remember gas.
But you got to taste it first, because once you taste it, it makes sense.
You got to remember
gas. You
gas.
can't get to the $270 without going taste first, price later.
Remember, they only did it for the month. And then you went back and was like, hey, I'm here for the Hailey Bieber. They were like, oh no, we're done with that.
I didn't even know that.
I said, excuse me. What you mean the off-menu item is no longer on the off-menu? I said, do y'all still have the stuff? If y'all
Put it in there and take her name off and take $10 off while you're at it. Since y'all don't got her stuff, you still got strawberries and milk and ice. Put it in there and blend it up and give it to me for $16.
I'm pretty sure it was an emu, something droplets in there. I said, I don't know what it is, but I need it in my life. I need it in my life.
Oh, this is great. That's
okay,
so
Kev,
great.
Here we go. Burgers are up.
Burgers are up. Let's do this.
Okay, now, I'm gonna let you make your own, so I don't have to touch every single part of your food.
1,000%.
I've got your accoutrement.
Accoutrement.
We got the brioche.
Brioche makes a great sandwich better.
I agree.
A friend of ours told us the good sandwich starts with the bread. Spend the extra for the better bread. You have a better experience.
It's true.
I saw that brioche and I said, Scott gonna be all right.
Yeah, listen.
In this world, everything he plans to do gonna go to fruition, because he know about brioche.
Hey! You are in it on the mayo.
I'm big mayo.
Would that be the rap name?
I'm
big
a
mayo?
big fan
No, you're
of
a
mayo.
big sauce. You're a
Big
saucy. You are
Big
saucy.
Big
Well,
saucy.
No, that one might already be
well,
taken.
Saucy Santana. Okay, big sauce.
Big sauce.
But I'm a heavy on the sauce.
Wait, hold on. Are you doing this for TV?
No. This is how I make my burger.
You're not gonna be able to eat that.
I like a little messy.
That's gonna be a lot of messy.
And then I do this.
Oh my God.
And then I do this. I'm basically at home now.
Okay.
This is how I make my burgers for real.
You know how you feel like there's a moment in time with another person where you get a very clear understanding of who they are. A soul sees another soul. I just saw your soul.
Absolutely. And then I go here. Oh, because now when you got your fries, you go right there.
I don't really need like the sauce for
Really?
real. Nope. Like that's a lot of mayo. And I'm gonna do a little bit of this.
I want it in every.
Oh my God.
See, that's a lot.
Oh.
That was a big hole though. I noticed I went heavy on the mustard.
What? Why would
I
you
don't
do
know.
this?
That's a big hole for mustard.
Why
bro.
would you?
Who is pouring out mustard at that rate? That's
At this
too much.
rate, look at this.
That's way too much.
Mustard
to start
is
it off.
not the kind of condiment
You
need
absolutely never need that much.
on anything for the week.
That is that's a crazy amount.
Oh my
for
God.
sure.
Before we go over and sit down.
Yeah.
Your 4 spices, right? Your seasonings.
Mm-hmm.
Onion, garlic, seasoned salt,
Crushed red pepper.
and crushed red pepper.
Yep.
One must go, Kev. One must go.
Crushed red pepper can go. That's
You
easy.
said that too fast.
Crushed
you were
red
like,
pepper can go. If you're taking the 3
for the rest of your life.
for the rest of my life,
For the rest of your life.
man.
I know.
Whoo! I got to go garlic powder.
Yep.
That's it. And that's tough. And don't do me like this.
I know. It's not. I'm not happy about it.
I'm not either, because they work together. You know,
It's a
garlic
yin
and onion powder.
Yin and a yang.
There's a yin and a yang. You can't leave without seasoned salt.
That's not even really a question.
That's
I
really
shouldn't
not
even,
a question.
I should not even have put it up there. I'm
You can't do nothing without this, but those two really work together, but I only had one. I'm gonna go onion powder.
No, garlic powder.
I mean, garlic powder. Onion
you-
powder is staying. Garlic powder is going.
Garlic powder is out.
Garlic powder's out. It's out.
Toodaloo, garlic powder.
Sorry,
Sorry
garlic
about your
powder.
life. I remember the first time we actually met, I ran up on you like we were old pals, and you were like, "See you on TV, but could you back up just a little bit?" How did all of this start for you? I know that you grew up in the church. I knew that was a big part of your perspective in comedy.
Yeah.
But how did it happen for you?
All the way back in Washington, I wanted to make it in LA, but I was in Washington working a regular job with a wife who's working a regular job with 2 kids in school. And quitting your job and moving to LA at the very beginning was not feasible.
What age would you say you were at this point?
I was 25, maybe 26.
Okay.
I remember like telling God, like, if I'm not gonna make it, just take this desire away from me, and I'll just coach my kids in basketball
And be happy.
And be happy.
I've had that same prayer.
Really?
Yes, I had that same prayer. It's so hard.
Yeah.
And it requires so much like determination in the
Yes.
face of no.
Yes.
Time and time again.
Unhealthy amount of rejection.
If this is not what I'm supposed to be doing, just take it
Just
away
take it
from
away,
me.
and it'll be fine. We had done this play, me, my brother, and my friend Ant. We were called the Playmakers
Yep.
at the time, and we had invited like a Tyler Perry promoter. It wasn't even connected to Tyler Perry, but he had basically promoted some of his plays before.
Okay.
So we invited him to Washington, did our play. It was our best play at the time, and we sold well, did all that stuff. I mean, we didn't make any money, but there was a good amount of people there.
Right.
And the play was great. And he was like, "This is good, man. All you guys got to do now is put it up in Oakland, because Oakland's a good testing ground." And we're like, "Okay, cool. What do we got to do?" He was like, "You just need $300,000 for 2 nights." And we were like,
So what you're saying is it's over.
So no then.
So what you
So no.
So no.
Because I don't even have $300.
To do this play.
300. I couldn't. If I sold my house, I still would be no closer to $300,000
Get out of here.
than if I kept my house.
Get out of here.
I have $1,000 in equity.
You said no.
Just tell us no.
Right.
So we were gonna quit, and then I told my brother and my friend, and I said, "Yo, people online are building these YouTube personalities and channels. Maybe if we build our YouTube channel, we could get fans all over the United States. Then we can move our plays, because we're in Tacoma, Washington, and there's not enough of a black people audience there to do like black plays. So our first 2 videos did crazy stuff black church girls say and stuff black parents say. And from the jump, we had that success. So we wrote all that Playmakers content, did all this funny church stuff that we had been doing after church for our lives.
Right.
Just to make our friends and family laugh.
And so this was like, this was a brand of comedy. This was the kind of commentary that you already had kind of going.
Just for fun. Like we would actually me and my friends had statute of limitations is gone. He had stolen a video camera from his high school.
Oh my God.
And we would record.
Not the statute of limitations.
It's gone by now. And we would like shoot to edit. Like because we don't have editing software, he would like shoot your line. Okay, stop. Come over here, shoot mine.
Right.
And like you had to shoot it and edit it in one time.
In one
and we'd
go.
have sketches. We would take the tape out. We'd go to Melissa's parents' house, pop it in the VHS, and then just watch our own sketches. So when YouTube came around, we were just like,
perfect.
Oh, we'll just do something that, like, nobody's doing black church content at all. Right. This is a space that's wide open.
Mm-hmm. And we love it.
Listen, you don't have to grow up in the church, but it is somehow
to recognize,
in us.
Yeah.
It's in us.
100%.
If you grew up every Sunday or once or twice in your life.
Right.
So
you know who Sister Gladys is.
1,000%. You already know. So that lane was wide open. That opened the door to Tracy Edmonds had found us. She had started a YouTube company called All Right TV.
Yep.
She gave us $50,000 to make 10 videos, and we were like, we are filthy rich.
I can retire.
We are moving 3 whole families to LA, and we will live off of this forever. For the rest of our lives, we will never have to make a dime. Do you understand?
Woo!
We had a credit card that was like $14,000. We were in debt, $14,000, and we paid $180 on it for like 3 years. It was $14,000 for 3 years.
Yep. Ended up being $75,000.
1,000%. We took Tracy Evans' money, paid that credit card off. We're like, we might as well buy a yacht.
We have
in there. Excess cash. Do you want a property in Florida? What do you mean?
Right. I think this is what they call yacht rich.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Obviously, 3 separate families cannot survive off the $50,000.
No.
Especially in LA. So that money ran out. But the internet kept going. From like 2011 or 12, I remember I said I'm gonna make 1 YouTube video a week.
Yep.
Before when I started KevOnStage. Then I said I'm gonna go to 3 YouTube videos a week.
Whoa.
And then I was like, I'm gonna make a video every day. And probably for the last 9 or 10 years, I've made at least a video on social media a day. Most of the times 2 or 3.
You talk to me more than my family does. And the great part about it is we be in full debates.
Really?
You will say something about a movie or say something about a list, and I'll be like, nah, Kev, you wrong. Check me out. Check me out. There's something about the way your approach in your content that feels like you're in a conversation with someone.
Somebody emailed me from my marketing list and said, your best marketing skill is I feel like you are only emailing me.
Yes.
And it is you, because it is me writing the email.
Right.
But it feels personal because it is personal. I am talking to you, Scott.
Yeah.
Forget them. What do you think is the best movie?
Right.
Sister Act 1 or 2? I need to hear from you, Scott. And part of my approach is to make so many videos on so many different things that it's hard to avoid.
Right.
I don't just do black church. I don't just do black stuff.
Right.
I do nostalgic stuff. I do trending topics. One thing I learned from BuzzFeed, relatability is far more important than funny.
Ah.
If you relate to something, or if you have the desire to comment,
right,
it's way more important than if you laughed. Even if you're pissed.
Is that right?
Yes. Because the worst thing my video can do is make you do nothing.
Right.
If you laugh enough to put LOL, or if you're mad enough to say whatever, that's why I like pumpkin pie. And I know black people, it's like taboo. Look how you feel. Feel that. And I just said it. I didn't make a video. I just said it. Feel that. So when I make that video,
I'm trying to figure out how I can look at you for a second.
And that's what I need out of you. I need you to feel that pain.
And let me have my truth.
Yes. And I know it gets under black people.
Oh my God. It just feels like, why would you ever say that out loud? like your pumpkin pie in a closet.
That's all they want from me.
From Kroger by yourself.
Why do I have to eat in the dark?
Because
I want to eat my pumpkin pie.
Listen, our people have lived through too much. Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman would roll over in her grave. She wouldn't even know where to get you a pumpkin for that pie. But I bet you she carried a sweet potato in that bag. I'm telling you right now.
See how you feel?
Oh my God.
You have to comment because I got you.
Yeah, you did.
Nah, I got you.
You did. It seemed like pretty early on that this was not just your ride, but it was also about affording the same opportunities to other people around you, lifting people up. When did you decide to start the network? And how did that even happen?
For sure. There's a movie called Paid in Full, and one of the lines from Paid in Full is everybody eats me. And I feel like I have always done stuff with others. And in my own life, people have looked out for me.
Yep.
Like the reason I got a job at Boeing, and I always bring this up because it was really key for me and my wife. Like, we put our kids in private school, but I only got that job because a black woman was looking to hire black people. And she saw, I had youth pastor on my resume, and she was like, that's gotta be a black church kid. There's nobody else I have no experience to be at that Boeing.
I know that's right.
And she looked out for me, and I was good at the job.
Right.
But nobody else was gonna be checking for me if it wasn't for her.
Right.
So for me, it's always about getting my foot in the door and then holding it open for somebody else.
Yeah.
As opposed to getting in there. A lot of people feel like oh, it's only for me.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, it's you can never lose if you create opportunities for others. Because you never know who might pass you, who might help you up, or if nothing else happens, it's just a better life to open the door for others. I never open the door for others with the expectation of getting anything in return.
Yep.
I just do it because it's right and because people have done it for me.
Every single time I say this phrase, I mess it up. Every single time, but I think it applies because it's an example of when a rising tide rises, when it rises, all of the ships go up. Damn it. Just wait. Hold on. Take two.
It was the very end. At the end, all of the ships go up.
They go up. Hold on.
Most people would say...
I'm going to try it again.
Yeah, just throw it in there.
I'm going to just try it. Okay, here we go.
But do it with confidence, because you didn't have no confidence when you said
because I knew I started it off wrong, and I was like, that's the rise. Okay. Okay, here it goes. Okay. Take two. Exactly, because it's like that is the perfect example of the saying, when all of the tides, that is the perfect example of when all the ships rise, the tide goes up. The tide is in. Up. When the ships go, when the rising tide ships rise, what the fuck is the saying?
I think most people say something along the line of the high tide rises all the boats.
Yeah.
Because you was adding a lot on the back end and the front end. When the ocean go high, the boats.
I'm like, when the moon is out, the tide is up and the ships rise. There you go. Put it on a t-shirt. You're welcome, folks. That's what I'm trying to say to you. That's what you do. That's what you do. The ships go up, damn it.
The ships go up, man. You know what I'm trying to say.
You know it. Don Scott will get you right where you need to be. Woo! Woo! Not too long ago, where you talk about, I think it was an advice situation. People were writing into you and they needed some help. And there was a lady who was saying that her partner, she was a big woman, her partner loved to go downstairs. It was a downtown Julia Brown. But he had asthma and a bumpy beard. Man, when I tell you, you reenacted what it must sound like for a man to be trying to pleasure his woman mid-asthma attack. Please tell me they wrote you after they saw it and it was like, this is exactly my situation.
People often don't write back.
They don't?
After their question's been answered, it's very rare, actually. They didn't write back on that one. Sometimes they actually say, hey, that helped us, or that was funny, but it wasn't helpful at all.
At all.
But that one, I didn't get any correspondence.
I'm so sad about it. I hope that he is still with us. And he did, but if he did lose his life that way, I hope it was his favorite thing to do.
Absolutely. I mean, what better way to go out?
Doing
what I love. For whom I love.
For whom I love.
Put it on my headstone. Went out
On bottom. Went out under. Rising tides. One of the things I love about you and how you create is that you've taken the reins also creatively for your career and for the content that you're going to put out, right?
Yeah.
I know it is not easy to choose yourself, to invest in yourself, to bet on yourself when it comes to doing a TV show.
Yeah.
How did Churchy happen?
Churchy came about self-financing it. Me and my wife financing it came about. Obviously, we live in LA. The idea is to create something and have somebody else pay for it.
Right.
So I pitched it everywhere, and I got some version of the same thing,
Which was?
not for us.
Okay.
Or how's it gonna do in Middle America, which is code for are white people gonna watch it too,
right,
and enjoy it? But I'm like, there's a lot of people who grew up in the black church who want authentic black church stories. A lot of times black church stuff, you can tell as a church kid, it's not done by people who actually grew up in the church.
Right.
So it was after no. Me and my wife talked about, like, what if we just did this ourselves?
Really?
Yes. So it was our savings. It was brand deals, commercials, tour, money saved. And in my eyes, whatever the budget is, it's never gonna go a penny over the cheapest budget. Never. Why would it?
Why would it? This is the budget.
This is the budget.
This is what we're doing.
Make it enough. In my wife's mind,
make it enough.
Nothing is ever gonna stay under budget because nothing ever does.
Right.
Why would you be the first time in LA production history something stays well under budget?
Right. She's like, this is the base. We going up from here.
And what did we do, Scott? We blew the budget out the water.
Did you really? Because I feel like this is good insight for people to understand what it takes to do something like this. You don't have to tell me what you ended up spending it on, but what was the original budget? What was your original? Was it just a tier? Is that a tier?
I'll just say that. I'll say this.
Give me an idea of
I'll give you
what
an
it took.
idea. If I sold the first house that I bought in Washington, it wouldn't have been enough to pay for it.
Wow.
And that was the original budget. I would have had to sell that house 2 or 3 times to make the actual budget.
Damn.
And at that point, it's like, well, it better work, or kids,
back it up.
Get ready to go live with grandma, buddy, because it's over. How do you like South Carolina?
Right. You said y'all missed her. You get the show shot.
Yeah.
It's way over budget. Do you shop it again?
No, so at first we put it on the KevOnStage Studio streaming service.
Okay.
Right? And it was supposed to be the savior of that. And times is hard.
Right.
People, there was a lot of people who watched, and then they was like, I'm gonna turn this off, and I'm gonna let all the episodes go up. I'm gonna pay for 1 week and turn it off. Or I'm gonna share passwords.
Right.
All that stuff that every other streaming platform has, we have the same problem.
Right.
But we don't have millions and billions of dollars in capital or debt to take on. So we basically was just like, honestly, straight up honest, we chalked it up.
What?
To a loss.
No.
I'm gonna go back on that road to below Mississippi. KevOnStage, 7 nights only. Orlando, Florida, 12. I'm gonna go back on that road.
Oh, we go to get on this road.
I go right back to work. Because I never want to put my family in a position to struggle as a result of, me dream chasing. And then what happened is, like, somebody who was in the app loved it and emailed me and was like, yo, I think I might be able to get this sold, right? So we partnered with Spring Hill. They pitch it. We pitch it across town, and BT was in a bidding war with another network, and they came to the table with a great offer, and they bought it, licensed it from us, so we still retain 100% ownership.
Right.
Right.
Which is a big deal. How would you explain the difference? And I know this might get a little inside baseball, but I think it's really important because I think it sets you apart from so much that is happening out there.
It's the difference between Walt Disney being able to say, hey, you can use Mickey Mouse, or selling Mickey Mouse.
Right.
When you own the rights to Mickey Mouse, you can make Mickey Mouse stuff for 100 years.
Right.
Imagine all the derivative stuff we see. Avengers 3 and 4, Inside Out 2, Cars 4. Whoever owns the right to Cars can make cars 1 through 100.
Right, and they get paid every time you see cars.
Yes, and when you get a Cars t-shirt or when your kid buys a Cars toy, the person who owns Cars always gets paid.
Right.
Whereas if you don't own the IP anymore, then somebody else can say, we're done with this, and we're not doing it. And that's it. And somebody else can say no, which is how the majority of the game works because most people don't have the finances to make things themselves.
So then you move to this space
Yeah.
where people are seeing it more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Does that open the path for you to create more of what you want to be creating, or?
First of all, it's terrifying.
Because now there's like more people know.
I have a really supportive audience.
Yeah.
Like the stage crew, people on Patreon, people who have the app. This is very supportive people.
Yeah.
They will be forgiving beyond the point of forgiving, understanding beyond the point of understanding. When you're just watching it on BET Plus with no connection, it's just another show.
Right.
And you know how, like, imagine how you feel about a show you just turn on. You don't feel no allegiance to the creator.
Right.
You're like, man, this show sucks. Turn it off at the first episode. And that person is like,
And I'm never coming back again. I'm telling everybody that I know I hated it. Yeah.
So that was the first part. It was like, you've created this thing that you love, but it's up to other people to like enjoy or not. So the first part was fear. But then when it was, for the most part, well received, and even as an actor, like, I'm a comedian mostly, or I'm just playing around on the internet. But I take acting seriously, and I try to do a good job of it. When you're the dark side of like creating and financing, I'm acting and thinking lunch is 10 minutes late.
Yep.
And I can see certain episodes where I'm like, that was a day, because I'm looking at you and I'm like, I'm gonna have to pay extra.
Hurry up and get this line, please.
Fix it.
Fix it now.
Make it enough. Your line is, the high tide rises all boats. You keep saying, when the boat go in the ocean and it's up. You know what, just take it.
We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post.
What for you is the number one, for you, I'm not saying the best, I'm saying what is your favorite sitcom?
I'm gonna have to say Martin.
Yeah.
Because to me, I just wanna laugh. Like, other shows could be better, tell better stories. Very few shows you can convince me are funnier than Martin. When Martin had that fake dog, bruh, we showed it to our kids. My wife is very like, we gotta make sure our kids know about the culture.
Pass it on, yeah.
It's still funny to them.
Bruh.
The Dragonfly Jones episode, the actors are cracking up in the scene and they just left it.
I say Jerome in the
Oh my God. So,
in the hot, ooh, wah, ooh, watch your mouth.
So funny. So if I only had one to ever watch again, it would be Martin. And it was can't miss. I remember being in school, in elementary school. If you didn't watch it, just don't come to school. Because everybody's going to be talking about it.
Right.
And there's no like, it's not going to air again tomorrow. If you didn't tape it, you're done, buddy.
It's a wrap.
It's over.
All right, on that note, let's refresh these drinks. We got one more thing.
Drinks.
You know what I'm saying?
Move it on.
It's time to turn it up.
Turn it up.
Music is a big part of any function.
For sure.
Right? You got people over to the house.
Yes.
You go out to somebody else's house. If the music is bad, you're not there long.
It's not a good vibe.
Right?
You gotta set the vibes must be immaculate.
Immaculate. If I were to give you the aux chord.
Pass me the aux.
Exactly. You get the aux chord.
Yeah.
I wanna know the songs that are for sure gonna get the party going. So we're gonna play a little game, all right?
Okay.
I've got headphones here. You're gonna put them on.
Perfect.
Okay, so you're gonna pick your songs and you're gonna hum.
Of what I'm listening to.
Of what you're listening to. I'm trying to guess what your playlist is. Oh, and you have a mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got a mic.
Yeah. I hope you get this one.
I'm very nervous.
I hope the vibes are good.
Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Okay, that's the keys. It's Music Soul Child. I ain't mad at you. You be this way. You for a while. Really gonna know it better. You really live in your style. but
Are you getting it?
Too long a night. Yeah.
That's perfect.
That's Music Soul Child.
Yes.
But what is the name of the song?
You know what's funny? I don't think most people know.
What is it?
It's Just Friends, parentheses, Sunny. It's such a good song.
It's such a good song.
But everybody just knows it. I hadn't even got to most of it, and you got it. I looked, I was like, I think he got it.
I was like, it's not duele.
No, not duele.
It's not duele.
It's not duele. It's Music Soul Child.
Okay, so
Okay. This is a great game.
Right?
Baby, yeah. Sha-da-da-da-da-da-da. This is how we do. Sha-da-da-da-da-da. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. It's Friday night, and I feel alright. The party's here on the west side, so I reach for my 40 and I pick it up. Designated driver, get the keys to my truck. Cause I'm faded. Money got me faded. It feels so good in my head.
Yes!
Yes. I was gonna pick that song.
It's so good.
It was one or the other for me. Because I was like, everybody knows.
You just know.
You just know it's Friday night. Not Friday night.
Not Friday
it's
night.
Friday night. And I feel all right. This is gonna be tough. I don't know if you're gonna get this.
Oh God.
Gotta do that.
Okay. To stay. Hey, cause my heart starts beating triple time with thoughts of loving you on my mind.
Yes!
I can't figure out just what to do.
Cause the cause and cure is you. You better know it, Scott.
Yes!
I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly sleep. I lose all control. And something comes over me. In a daze, it was so amazing. It's not a phase. I want you to stay. You better be going.
Come on.
You better know it.
When you be knowing.
Like a moth to a flame burning by a fire? Is it Janet Jackson?
Are you saying it?
I feel my desire. That's the only thing it can sound like.
Come on.
Like a moth to a flame burning by the fire. That can't have to be it, right? That's the way love goes?
Are you saying it?
That's the way love.
Yes!
Is it Janet? Yes! I can't believe that! Oh my God!
Look, I knew if I get to the verse, I'm gonna mess him up.
Oh my God! I can't believe it!
Because when you get to the verse, it's just.
Wow!
Yes!
I did not know. We was locked in right there, Scott. We was locked in.
Okay, one more.
Okay.
Last one. All I need. Yes!
This ain't love is clear to see. I didn't know if you would know it.
Stay with me.
Why am I so emotional? I just really like that song. If y'all don't enjoy it at the party, too bad. It's my party.
It's my part. Now, you might disagree. You might say you've never heard this at a party.
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
And I lost my mind and a piece of clothing. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh.
It took me there.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you started. I thought you just cleared your throat. Do you want a revolution? Do you want a revolution? You lost a piece of clothing?
I did.
On the whoop whoop part. Scott. That's the part that confused me. Is I was like, he couldn't lose a piece of clothing in the revolution.
Yeah.
But
see, the thing is, I wanted one. I thought I didn't know you had to be dressed. I didn't think you needed to be dressed for the revolution. I just wanted you to know the attire that I had on at the time. I needed to shed.
You wanted a personal revolution.
Yes.
Hey, turn it off. Stop. Put your clothes. What are you doing?
Sorry, I can't.
Put your clothes on,
Come as you are. This is me.
This ain't that kind of revolution.
Well, it might be.
It's a very different revolution, Scott.
Well, it's an internal thing. You know what I'm saying? You have your relationship, I got mine. It calls for this garment of clothing to be off. Do you want a revolution?
Oh my God!
I'm telling you right now, brother, I have so enjoyed this.
Scott, it's been a
so
pleasure.
much
Thank
for
you so
coming
much
out to
for
the
having
house.
me. Thank you for the burgers and the drinks.
Man, I'm telling you, was the Don Scott? Did it get you where you need to be?
Scott got me. I think that's why I'm sweating a little bit on the back end.
On this side.
Because you know the with the boats go in the water, Tide Pods clean out the ocean.
They clean it up.
Tide Pods clean out the ocean.
What I'm saying
and the Crimson
is-
Tide is burgundy. Thank you. God bless you. Have a great night, America.